Santa Claus Saves the Earth is an ugly, clunky, auditory, and visual nightmare, and in many ways one of the worst games I have ever played. But I kinda like it. So I don't have the box by the way, I just gonna hold it like this awkwardly for a while and probably move it around sometimes because I don't know what else to do. Because having the box would cost a few euro, maybe like €20 extra, and at the time I didn't know I wanted it. I didn't know I'd even kinda like it. But at least we get to see, look like it. Oh, look. Remember those? Oh, remember those good old days? I was not embarrassing showing this reflection, but yeah. If you've ever watched any of those reviewers who kind of look at bad games, especially retro bad games, and they've done a Christmas episode, you've probably seen this thing pop up. Look at it. Look at the beautiful thing. They did not care. Nobody working on this game cared. But yeah, you've probably known this is probably one of the most notoriously shitty Christmas games of all time. If you've ever seen it, you know it. If you ever heard anybody talk about it, you know the reputation. And does it hold up to that? Yes, it is. Like I said, visually hideous. Controls terrible. Music, honestly, for three separate sessions of this, even the first time, like 15 minutes, headache. I could feel it coming. Sometimes I look at the screen in a new level. It's like a weird white and different shades of white, different shades of like stone. And I would just be like, the second I started level, like, oh, okay. It's like me seeing like a black and white striped shirt. It just does something to my eyes. It's like, oh, okay, stop, okay. Adjust, move. Oh, okay, we're ready, we're back. Multiple times. But what is Santa Claus Saves the Earth? Evil witch who apparently just found out about Christmas, I guess, because why is she doing this now? Did she just find out about this? Christmas has been a thing for a while, but sure. She just found out, I guess. She trapped Santa in some weird labyrinth thing, place, and you have to go through 15 levels, 3 of those being boss fights, to get out. Just put up there. There we go, perfect. I was going to do this last Christmas, but I wasn't in my shitty retro games era back then. I wasn't in the era where I was like, I can enjoy that stuff, so I didn't bother. But this year I was, and yeah. But you start off, your first level, you will see, and it will instantly show you everything wrong with this game. You have a sack that you try to swing, your hair swinging the sack, whoop, whoop, and you'll be moving backwards. Sounds fantastic, doesn't it? No? No, it's awful. Once you get your first weapon, you will never use the sack again. You will never use the sack on purpose. You will never use Santa's big sack on purpose, ever. He has multiple weapons, from a tomato gun, which is a straightforward fast shooting weapon. It's weaker, but it's probably the best weapon in the game. You're probably going to use this most of the time. You have a snowball, which requires a wind up and then throw. It's stronger. Most enemies will die in one attack from it, so you'll use that in certain enemies, especially if you have a distance to it. But considering the most of the enemies in this game, you will probably use the tomatoes. And then the funniest weapon in the game, by far, what I did not expect. Because when I first saw it, I just saw like, it looks exactly like the snowball, but grey, black kind of colour. And I thought it would just be like an iron ball, charge, throw. It'd be a bit stronger, take a bit more time to charge up. No, it's a fucking bazooka. Yeah, it shoots out like iron balls, but still, it's just a bazooka. You just pick it up and over his fucking shoulder, bazooka. Fantastic, beautiful, no notes, wonderful, wonderful. I think there's only like 20-25 of these in the entire game too. So, and they don't really show up until later on, but there's a lot of secret areas too, so maybe there's more. But you'll just make your way around trying to get, like, sometimes there's multiple keys that you'll pick up to unlock a door, sometimes one key, but that's generally right. You'll try to find the key. So my start was like 4 ways to go. Up here's the key, up here's the locked door, up here's the other key, up here's the other locked door. That kind of thing. And that'll give you 2 more keys to get to the final door, that kind of stuff. Sometimes there's one door. Along the way, you'll fight some enemies, from a guy walking at you who looks like a caveman from the Flintstones, a yellow spider thing who jumps like an asshole. I swear, he was most frustrating. He was the scariest one. You tried to throw a snowball at him. Okay, I'm gonna kill him one hit. Whoop. No, no luck. So you basically just had to either get lucky or just shoot your tomatoes at him full force and just wait. Because it's rapid fire, so you just have to wait for him to get hit by multiple and die. There's that. I don't know. It looks like something you've seen from Choaniki or something. Don't know what it's supposed to be. It doesn't blend in with everything else. There feels like if it's a theme, kind of the old styley caveman what you'd expect kind of thing. But no, don't even ask what that is. I've never figured it out, and I don't want to know. I'm content not knowing. Most things that will kill you aren't even going to be enemies, though. It's going to be pitfalls and spikes. because the amount like they do like a lot of like pitfalls. You'll fall in and you can jump like the thing will be this high and you'll get here and you're dead. The boss fights are a tiny bit of a change of pace. You just go through a really short level, which is very nice in this game, and you just kill a boss. It'll jump at you, it'll run at you, but they're simple enough. You'll beat these most in 5 minutes, except for the final one, which I will get to at the end. Spoilers, I guess, when we get to it. Just in case you're worried about spoilers for this fucking thing. When you die, there's never a reason to like die in this game. And in that sense, I mean, there's never any reason to let yourself die and then continue. When you die, you have 3 lives, but when you die, you go down 1 life and you start at the beginning of the level. You know what happens if you quit the game? You start at the beginning of the level. So what's the difference? Well, as you go on, as you collect your tomatoes, your snowballs, they stack up. So if you collect them at level 2, 3, 4, you'll have 99 plus. I never went below 99 plus after a certain point of this game. 99 plus, it just stops at 9. Not doesn't stop at 99, but I don't know how high it counts. It stops counting on the screen. If you die and click continue, you go back in instantly, but you lose all your resources. Fuck that. Quit, load, back in, but you keep your resources. You're at the start of the level anyway, so. And trust me, you will probably need them. There's really not much to say about the level design in this game. I do like how kind of the levels are laid out sometimes. Sometimes they loop around so perfectly. Like, you go up to the right, you find a locked door here. You go around to the right, up, down, left, right, and then find you come out with the key and you do that, and then you go this way around. It can loop. Like, some of them are really fun levels. Again, most of this game is below average at best, and that's being generous. It's funny because at the start of every level, you get like a title screen thing that'll show you the level, and it'll be like a foresty area, a nice greenery, a flaming hellscape, and a nuke going off, I guess. It never matches the level. Sometimes it might match a different level, but it never matches. I guess if there's one thing left to say about this, though, everything people say negative about it, it is true. It is an awful, awful, awful game. This fucking thing, it is a frustrating mess. It's clunky, awkward, slow, controls like ass, looks like shit, sounds like shit. Everything negative you could say about a game is in this. But for some reason, I just kind of enjoyed it. I am convinced, though, like genuinely convinced at this point, after multiple things to push it forward. I started saying as a joke, the more I played it, the more it cemented this theory. This game is not just made by shitty developers. I don't think this was just made by some dumbasses who didn't know what they were doing. I genuinely think somebody, at least one person on this team, was just an asshole. Because the amount of like unbelievably precise dick moves in this game, I refuse to believe it's a coincidence. Level 1, right from the start, like right from where they start the level, you're supposed to like loop around and then go up, but you can kind of get to a place. You press switches in this game to activate elevators. No, they'll just be here. They'll just be still, and then when you hit the switch, they'll start looping around and give you access to more places. But when it's not moving, so if you loop around without hitting the switch or just go to the right at the start, there are spikes under it, and you'll just if you fall in, like I was saying earlier, the spikes will be here. Like no, like the spikes down here obviously, and the wall, the area you fell from will be up here. But you will jump like this high, and you can't get in. Oh, if the elevator is looping around, it's down here, and you jump like here, your stomach will be here. I think if you're like a pixel or two higher, you'll be able to get onto it, but no. That's just one. That's one example. Not convinced? You also get these things like super jump abilities, just like an item to super jump. In the second level, I one, I don't remember. It was like level 6 or something. You will get it, and you will find your first like bazooka balls above some spikes. No, it's a pitfall like this far down, where you'll jump you this close. You're nowhere close. It's a pitfall that will kill you if you don't have to super jump. The super jump like over here. You'll pick it up. You'll go as fast as you can. You move slow. You move at the same speed mostly in this game. But you will try to run past because you think you have the idea figured out instantly. Get the super jump, fall in, jump out, get the balls. The instant. I'm not kidding when I say the frame it felt like. Did I hit those spikes? The super jump ran out. They had it timed down to the fucking frame to run out when you tried to do that. Now, if it was a couple of seconds, fine. If I fought some enemies or something, fine. I didn't. I'm convinced I did this as fast as I could, and the instant I hit the ground, gone. Intentional. At one point, the one that really fully cemented it, not as a joke anymore. Like at the start of the level, there's like a leap of faith. You'll start up here, and you'll do a bunch of things up here, and you realize, oh, there's nothing under me. There's just air. I can't see under me. And I think you just have to fall or something, and you realize, no, I'm not going to die. There's just ground under me. There's a whole level under me. There's a platform here. You jump left, another platform. Oh, a jump left again. Spikes. Now that might not sound too convincing as it is, but at the left side there'll be like the spikes here on the ground. You jump up here, more spikes. You can do there's like a gap at the corner where you jump up because you can grab onto corners and do like a flip up. But because you do that flip, you flip into the other spikes and then you hit boing back down into the spikes. It tricks you into thinking there's a way out. On the right side there's a little gap like this big. Okay, you don't get hit there, but if you try to jump up to the right, you're like this close because the right side is just a tiny bit higher. And if you think, okay, maybe I can jump back to the left, you're like this close. There is no fucking way. There's no part of me that can believe that there's this many, this precise, this close to letting you out. But it kills you. It's too close, it's too precise, it's too many. This game was made intentionally, in some ways at least, bad. This was a troll game. Even just Santa Sack at the start, like moving backwards when he tries to hit. You can't tell me that somebody actually was stupid enough to think that was good. This game was a troll. And I kind of respect her for that. If I can ever confirm that, I haven't even looked into it. Maybe I haven't seen if anyone else accepts it. Because if somebody else mentioned it, it would just demotivate me from talking about it. I'm genuinely convinced that at least some parts of this game was made by assholes. And if you saw the last level of this game, which I do kind of enjoy, I raged for like 2 hours because in my final go, I played this game for 2 hours. The first 9 minutes, I finished an entire level. The last boss took me about 20 minutes. Hour and a half, I think, for the 14th level. And I think if you did everything right, it would genuinely be like 2 minutes. Because you have to go all the way to the left with a bunch of very specific platforms with enemies who can just get you. And then you have to go to the right, and I swear, there's like things shooting from the top, disappearing platforms down here. You hit once, boink back. And there's like a thing spinning around, an elevator spinning around, but you can't see the block and you have to do a perfect jump. And speaking of level 14, I will say one thing about it. One genuinely positive thing about that level, that Santa Claus Saves the Earth has done better than the majority of games I've ever played, especially modern games. At the start of the level, you will jump down and you can't make the jump, so you will fall into some spikes. Oh no, that sucks, right? No. Because when you go to the right, you'll find a hidden passageway with health and a super jump, which you can then use the super jump and because you got hit, you can jump up and then you can get back up here. What that eventually taught me was this, because in this level there are a lot of places where you might have to take a hit. Because like when you go right near this to the lower section of the level, there is no way because the switch is like down the bottom left, and you have to go over some spikes to get it, and you have to take a hit. You will jump in, take a hit, and then jump down. With no words, with no tutorial, with no hints, with no fucking hand holding whatsoever, with no treating you like a dumbass, which if you're playing this game, I mean, they told you everything you needed to know about that level right from the start. Sometimes you're going to need to take a hit to complete more of this level. You have to take the hit, get the health, get out. Sometimes you have to take a hit to progress. You would never think of that if it wasn't for, well, you probably think of it, but you would never know it was intentional if it wasn't for them telling you that right from the beginning. If I'm able to figure that out, other people can too. I'm not trying to act like I'm the smart fucking guy who's like, oh, well, I figured all this out right from this one little clue. No. But I did. And if I can, lots of people will. And they were able to do that without a single fucking forced bullshit tutorial. And I never thought I would say these words. Modern gaming, you can learn a lot from Santa Claus Saves the Earth. You don't need to remind me of how to do things 50 times. You don't need to force tutorials on me. You don't need to have a character go over here and then have him explain how he's going to do something and watch him do it and not let me skip that shit. You can show me. And it can work. So again, never thought I'd say it. Modern gaming, please learn from Santa Claus Saves the Earth. Because if a modern game makes the same... I was even saying a few times. If I can compare a modern game to Santa Claus Saves the Earth in any way, you should be embarrassed, especially if it's a flaw. Like how they do loading screens. God of War, I'm looking at you, God of War 2018 and Ragnarok. Instead of how most games do it, the loading screen happens and then you might press X to continue. This game and God of War have something in common where it's like, no, you press X and then it starts the loading process. So if you forgot to press X, you ever seen that meme where it's like you see yourself in the TV, you're like, just sitting back when the loading screen happens, and then you're like, oh shit, I had to press X. That's what it's like, except when it happens this way, you're like, oh, I forgot to press load, now we wait. I should not be able to compare anything in negative to a notoriously shitty PS1 game. But yeah, that's went on longer than I expected it to. Overall, am I here to defend this game? God, no. Oh, wait, the final boss. Let's talk about that really quick. If you don't want to hear or see it, skip. It's funny because it is something I genuinely liked. And I couldn't believe it. So you're going to the last boss. You'll pass over a few enemies, you'll kill them, and you'll fight the queen. Or the witch, whatever she is. Who cares? You'll shoot her with your tomato gun. Bounces off. You shoot her with your snowball gun. Bounces off. Okay, bazooka. No. They all bounce off. Okay, maybe I have to shoot her from the back. Because all she does is walks forward, back over, walks forward, walks back. Because you're contained by two pillars, like, far away. Okay, I've run the front, from the back. Maybe it's just not registering. So you try that for a few minutes. No luck. Okay, every once in a while when she's walking over, she jumps over and does like a little hop, like whoop, whoop. Maybe I have to shoot her when she's doing that. It never works. Eventually, it comes down to the one item that nobody would ever have any reason to use in this game and nobody would like. Santa's sack. It all came full circle. You have to use the shitty weapon and hit her in the head. You just jump up and swing. 5 or 6 hits, it's simple enough. I don't know why. That just made me so happy. The fact they actually made the shitty sack. Santa's most iconic thing he could have. Except for his signature sunglasses, of course. That was beautiful. And as you finish the game, Santa's like, yeah, you saved Christmas. And he waves at you, get some fireworks. The end written in crayon. And then back to loadings, or the title screen. But yeah. Do I like this game? Kinda. I kind of like it in the same way I like Cat in the Hat. Does it suck? And is everything negative people say about it absolutely correct? Fuck yes. I can't say there's anything that redeeming about most of the game. Some of the level designs are fun. Again, telling you how to do something in a level without actually telling you. Beautiful. Boss fights are nice, change of pace and kind of fun. And sometimes you genuinely do feel good for finishing a level in this game, especially 14, which I said, raged for an hour and a half, I'd say. Through my controller. Had to split into 2 parts even though I wanted it to be 1. But fuck me. It can be addicting, because you feel like you just have to finish the level. If I'm going to give this an overall rating, I think I'd be nice. We'll give it a 3. Not? No. We're giving this a 4. We'll give Santa Claus Saves the Earth a 4 out of 10. Because it's redeeming enough in some ways. I think it probably is closer to a 3, but I want to give it a 4 just for some of the fun. I'll give it 1 extra full point just for the level 14 thing I mentioned a few times about having not hand holding. But overall, if you're looking for a fun Christmas game, what else is there? It's probably the most famous one. I think I got it for like €18. Again, without the box. It's a beautifully lazy disc too. I'm probably gonna play this again next year. I might stream it this time instead of playing it here because I did the whole thing in a let's play. I raged a lot. I had fun a lot. I praised. I criticized. I got headaches. But yeah, that's it for Santa Claus Saves the Earth. I'll be back next time probably for 24, the game, because I'm about to finish that. I want to talk about that a bit too because that has its ups and downs. But yeah, have you ever played Santa Claus Saves the Earth? Did you enjoy? Am I stupid? Did you like it too? Are you going to join my club? I wonder how. I'd love to know how many people have finished this game. Not like how many people have just actually sat down and finished this. How many people have had the same weird compulsion to just keep going? Because I think I finished this in like 8 parts. Because most times I get 2 levels done. If I once on one occasion I got 3, and one of them was a boss. Yeah, thanks for watching. It's February, so Merry Christmas, I guess. Probably closer to starting than we'd like to believe. If you ever play this because of me, please let me know. I take full responsibility. See you for the next one. Thanks again for watching.